All right, let's get into it. We're going to break down one of the most powerful transformations a man can go through. This isn't just about a breakup, no. This is about the journey from the absolute gut punch of betrayal to the power of a complete rebirth. You know, they say some moments change you forever. Well, betrayal, that's one of them. It is a seismic event. It literally splits your life into two parts, a before and an after. The question isn't if you'll change, you will. The real question is, what are you going to choose to become? So let's start at the beginning, the impact. Because to really understand the recovery, you first have to face the damage. And we got to be clear about something. This feeling, it's not just sadness, it's not just heartbreak, it's something way more fundamental. It's a shock that hits the absolute core of who you thought you were. That's really the only word for it, an earthquake. It doesn't just crack the surface. No, it shatters the very foundation you built your world on. And what does an earthquake like that do? It goes right for the pillars holding you up. Your pride, your confidence, your entire sense of self-worth. And when those begin to crumble, everything feels unstable. Because, well, it is. But here's the thing about hitting rock bottom. From those ruins, a turning point can emerge. This is where the story stops being about her and it starts being about you. This is the moment the king awakens. And this right here, this is the pivot. It's absolutely crucial. You have to stop asking, why did she do this? And start asking, okay, who am I now? All of that energy, all of that focus, it redirects inward. This is the very first step to taking your power back. So what is this sleeping king? Think of it like this. It's the most authentic, powerful version of yourself that got, well, neglected. The part of you that was asleep while you were busy giving and sacrificing for something that, in the end, wasn't valued. The betrayal, as brutal as it is the alarm clock that finally shakes him awake. You have to reframe the pain. You have to. She didn't replace you. She downgraded. And look, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about a fundamental affirmation of your own worth, a truth you have got to hold on to, especially now. Okay, the king is awake. Now what? Now it's time for action. This phase is all about the practical, concrete steps you take to rebuild your kingdom piece by piece from the ground up. This is your playbook, 3 strategic moves, and each one is a choice that moves you from reacting to commanding. First, letting her go. That's a decision, not a feeling. It means no contact. Done. Second, embracing silence. You stop trying to explain yourself, you stop trying to get closure from her, the closure now comes from you. And third, redirecting all that energy. This is the masterstroke. Every single ounce of thought that used to go to her now becomes fuel for your own mission. And let's be crystal clear about this. Letting go is not giving up. It's a strategic move. You're not creating space in the hopes she'll come back. You're creating space for you to grow into. So where does all that reclaimed energy go? Right here. It goes back into your purpose, back into your standards, back into the promises you made to yourself long before she was ever in the picture. You are reinvesting in your single most important asset, yourself. And this might be tough to hear, but it's the absolute truth. When you lose sight of your own mission, you make yourself vulnerable. You become easy to take for granted. Use this betrayal as a brutal but effective reminder to anchor yourself in your purpose, first and always. Okay, so you're doing the work, you're rebuilding, and then something strange starts to happen. A power dynamic that you thought was gone forever, it begins to shift in a way you never ever expected. This is the great paradox, isn't it? You don't win respect by chasing it, you command it by generating it for yourself. The second your validation starts coming from within, it becomes magnetic to other people. And yeah, that includes the one who walked away. Think about it like 2 parallel tracks. While you were over here focused on your own path, you're healing, you're growing, you're rebuilding, her focus starts to shift. She starts remembering your value. She starts comparing her new reality to what she lost. She starts noticing the man you're becoming. Your rise forces her to look back. And this is the ultimate power move. Because she expected you to fall apart. She probably expected you to chase, to beg. But you're not doing any of that. You are not collapsing. You are rising, and by doing that, you are demonstrating a level of self-respect that is just impossible to ignore. And all this work, it leads us here, to the final stage of the transformation. This isn't just about recovery anymore. This is a complete rebirth into a stronger, more focused, more dangerous version of yourself. This is so important to understand. She can't get back the man she left. Why? Because that man is gone. In his place stands someone who is more disciplined, more grounded, and frankly, completely out of her reach. Look, if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. This has to be your guiding light. If your goal is to get her back, your healing will always be conditional. But if the goal is to get yourself back, then the healing is absolute. It's for you, by you, end of story. And what happens at the end of this journey? This. It's that simple and that powerful. You've reclaimed your sovereignty, your self-worth, your command over your own life. The crown is back where it belongs. The king is back on his throne. So we end here. But this isn't really an ending, is it? The betrayal isn't the end of your story. It was just the violent, necessary preface to your real one. And the last word of that sentence, it isn't broken. You get to decide what it is. Reborn, awakened, freed. That is for you to write.